And I don't know if you heard, the most recent news just came over the wire. Karl Rove has been subpoenaed. Some have said recently that impeachment is off the table. What was that? On the train coming down here today, I talked to a young woman whose brother has just been deployed. Due to the recent Bush escalation, her brother is being rushed into action. Instead of the proper 12-week training period, this young 20-year-old serviceman will hit the ground in a hostile land with 2 weeks training. Is impeachment still off the table? This past November, the American people sent a resounding message to Washington, D.C. and the world. We want change. We want this war to end. And how did Bush respond? 21,500 more will risk their lives for his misguided war. Is impeachment still off the table? Let's get him out of office. Let's get him out of office before he starts ruling from a bunker. Let's get him out of office before the only one on his side is his dog Barney. Nixon, Richard Nixon, talked to the walls. Bush is talking to God. But it's not a God I recognize. This God seems to be giving George a pass on some of his major commandments. This God seems to be okay with lying or bearing witness, as he puts it, against the U.S. Congress, against the United States people, against the world. Bearing false witness on weapons of mass destruction, bearing false witness on nuclear capability, bearing false witness on the imminent threat of Saddam, bearing false witness on the links between Al-Qaeda and Iraq. This God seems to be giving George a pass on stealing the resources of the Iraqi people, on squandering the hard-earned tax dollars of United States citizens for an unnecessary war. Money that could be used to intelligently fight against terrorism is squandered in a way and in a war that creates more terrorists. Money that could be helping the elderly, the poor, the infirm here at home is instead lining the pockets of war profiteers from Halliburton and private mercenary militias like Blackwater. But George's God says that's cool, George. His God tells him to honor his father and mother. But when his father tells him not to occupy Iraq, George's God counsels him to ignore his father. Well, I think we have a different understanding of those commandments here. And let's not forget that most important one, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill, or recklessly risk the lives of our brave men and women overseas. Over 3,000 dead, over 50,000 wounded. Thou shalt not kill or needlessly risk the lives of Iraqi civilians. How many? 50,000? 200,000? 400,000? 650,000? Only God knows, George. Only God knows.